Hi guys, this is Maria and Manos, and you're watching On the Couch with M&M.
The show to help you build fun and profitable businesses.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of On the Couch with Manos and myself, M&M. Today I've got two of my favourite, we have two of our favourite people on the couch, Tanja and Jarrod. And they're here to talk to us. We're going to talk about a lot of things.
But we're going to be talking about the real estate of leadership in real estate and the challenges that we see so many people are having out there, and what a recent research study with CoreLogic and Tanja and Kylie Davis have done an amazing piece of work in regards to extracting some data that's going to be really relevant to everyone out there that's listening.
Not just business owners.
No, not just business owners.
Everyone that's involved
Anyone
in the
real
industry,
estate.
I think. Yeah.
And no better to talk about it is than Tanja and, of course, JC.
Big JC in the house.
Who will also be presenting at the upcoming event in March, which we'll talk about later.
Awesome.
So let's get started. What is the state of leadership in real estate at the moment? What has the study extracted?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you guys for the opportunity to really just share what we found. And big shout out to Kylie Davis, because we did do a survey nationally and internationally, so across Australia and New Zealand, to really deconstruct what is the current reality and what are the desired futures of leaders. And if we just look on a macro level, one of the biggest statistics is that 29% of the industry are making 10% plus growth, which is awesome. And there's a huge opportunity because this means 70% of the industry is flatlining or declining. And, you know, as we were talking before we started shooting, well, what does that mean? Hard-working mums and dads, entrepreneurs, business owners, BDMs, principals, directors, agents, admin, account, team members.
The people that we're working with in our team.
Are often going home unsatisfied, unfulfilled, highly stressed. They're not getting the best of themselves, and their family certainly isn't getting the best of them. And that just doesn't sit right with me. When you look at the value of residential real estate here in Australia is $7 trillion. Now, superannuation in Australia represents $2.1 trillion, so it's a huge slice of the economic pie. It sees around 120,000 people employed. And every day, agents and property managers and business owners get to change people's lives, but 70% are not experiencing themselves as great and are stressed as a result. And then, according to the Roy Morgan research, the industry is still not really respected. It's still the third least trusted industry.
I think we're under the...
But do you think that is a reflection because we have so many people that are dissatisfied with what they're actually currently doing, or the way they're obviously operating their businesses and working within businesses, that it's creating that disconnect between the agent, businesses and the end consumer? It must be.
I think it is. I think if we look at it from an agent perspective, this industry is counterintuitive. I mean, you would know, Jarrod, it is, you know, as human beings, we love certainty, we love security, we love instant gratification, and we love instant results. But as a real estate agent, you know, you're entering a world of rejection. You're going to get knocked back a note every single day. You earn commission. You get paid 3 months after you make a sale, and it's the third least trusted profession. That makes agents, generally speaking, become transactional, not relational. We get into scarcity, and it's all about survival. And as Tom Ferry says, you can smell commission breath.
Absolutely.
So if it's all about, I got to get the listing as a vendor, which is why I started. I just was a vendor who was like, whoa, dudes, you're not connecting with me. So I think that's a really big cause of the dissatisfaction for consumers. And, I like to go down the path of least resistance. Let's address it at a leadership level, because 81% of leaders feel qualified to lead, yet I think it's around 45% of team members said that the level of leadership is excellent. So there's a gap.
There's a gap, but it's still at least
45%
is saying it's good.
Yeah, I just see opportunity everywhere. I mean, what about
you? And I
you?
think one person that's doing it really well, of course, without, I don't know, pissing in your pocket. Is that, can I say that on M&M? It came to my mind, so I thought I was going to say it anyway.
About keeping it real.
Do you know what I mean? But honestly, out of everyone, you know, like we have a lot of people that are doing it right in our group, but I think you'll be up
Jarrod's
there at the
doing
top.
an
Exceptional job.
And
So
consistently too, right? Like
Absolutely.
consistently.
So what is it about it? No, honestly, yeah.
Oh, look,
and
it's
why-
really difficult for salespeople because I think their personality is wrapped up in success as well.
Yeah.
So they feel rejection all the time.
Yeah.
And it's one of the hardest things that agents have to deal with is rejection. But we're talking about embodying leadership and you know, and being in charge and being in control of what you do. And I feel really fortunate that I have the opportunity to lead others because you can impact other people's lives so massively. And in real estate, we're impacting people's lives all the time.
Every day.
It's a huge responsibility selling someone's home. You can impact their financial freedom going forward. We deal with divorces, relationship breakdowns, death, all sorts of stuff. So, you know, it's a pretty heavy job at times. The public don't get to see that. So there's so many elements to real estate that it's difficult for a salesperson to detach themselves personality-wise to then just do the job, face rejection, cope with what's going on around them.
Have the hard conversations.
Yeah.
It's all mindset
So
and attitude.
how do you get your team to actually be balanced? You know, you're leading by example in regards to your life, you know, home and running the business and writing quite good numbers. You are leading by example. How you how are you transferring those lessons to your team?
I think to start from a space of helping,
Yeah.
you're there to help people,
Yeah.
lose the transactional attitude, understand that you are there for other people, and if you're good at it, you'll be successful. That's the first thing.
What does
look
that
after.
mean if you're good at it? Define good.
If you're a great real estate agent, if you're good at, I don't
your
see a real
intentions
estate
are
agent as being a
correct.
good salesperson. I see a real estate agent as being a good connector.
Yep.
Understanding what people need, what their needs and wants are, and then fulfilling that need.
Yeah.
Money comes last. Right? That's the last thing that should be in their mind. If you look after people around you, you'll be successful. I've never really looked at the commission, and the numbers are great when you get rewards and all that sort of stuff. But if you look after people first and foremost, it comes back to you in spades.
Yeah.
If you care about them, what they're about, how you connect with them, speak to them how they want to be spoken to, not how you want to speak. That stuff is really important. But also, if you're leading a team, to understand that they're your clients as well, that they're the people that you have to look after, your
100%.
team, and that the leaders should. You actually eat last. You're not the first person to get all the acknowledgement. You should be the last person that gets all the acknowledgement and gets fed and gets paid, really.
That's a good book, actually. If you
Yes.
guys haven't read it,
Simon
leaders,
Leaders.
yeah, eat last.
I haven't read it. I should read
You
it.
have it? Really?
There you go.
That is a good book. Yeah.
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 Oh, no, Simon Sinek.
Simon Sinek.
Simon Sinek.
not
So
Robert
Simon
Sinek.
Sinek, leaders eat last.
Yeah. I did see a podcast of his for about 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
leaders should eat last in a sense.
Yeah.
Leadership
everyone-
is a responsibility. It's not a
is.
right.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm in the attitude of servitude. I'm there to help other people. I'm there to help my team get to where they want to get to. And of course, if I do it well, then I'll succeed.
Exactly. You help enough people get what they want, and you get what you want. That's
And it's
That's,
filtered down.
it does. Yeah.
You know, from you guys to further down, it just filters. I got to say, a fish rots from the head. It's
First.
also healthy
True.
from the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
One question I'll ask you, JC. Your background before entering real estate was psychology. You did, of course, obviously, a study in psychology. That's what you actually studied for at uni, correct me if I'm wrong. So how has that benefited you as opposed to those people who haven't got that sort of skill set?
Oh, look, I think to understand how people communicate, really, is what it boiled down to for me. To understand that we're all different and to be respectful of that we are all completely different.
Yeah.
That people communicate different ways, and that, you know, this isn't, to really boil it down to simplicity, it isn't about me. We're all different. We're all completely different people. And that's probably what I got from psychology more than anything else, was to understand that we're not all the same. Everyone has different needs. But human beings are pretty easy. You look after them, help them get what they want.
And you'll get what you
It's
want.
understanding, isn't it? It's understanding where they're coming from, where they want to get to. Everything is a journey, and it's understanding that journey and helping, providing them to, you know, the tools to actually get to that. If it's a vendor or landlord or an agent or a property manager, administration, you know, They're all people.
Yeah.
And do you find in the research that those people that are really in tune with their emotions, with their emotional state, are obviously the ones that are usually performing much better than those
100%.
others? So what sort of
Happier.
insights
They're happier.
has that
Well,
brought to the table?
it's so interesting, guys, that the survey has proven what I've experienced on the field for the past 3 years, and that is there is a direct correlation with business performance and success to education and emotional intelligence. So if 29% of the industry is making 10% plus growth, 24% of leaders have actually had some kind of business training or leadership training. There is a direct correlation.
Yeah.
In fact, realestate.com.au have just released another short piece that Kylie's done on the two key things that are really seeing as a need to rise is education and emotional intelligence. And that goes back to just the ability to connect. And I agree with you, Jarrod, that we are all different, and a really good leader and a really good agent and BDM, actually, a really good human, kind of just disappears. And my favourite quote, makes like Gandhi and loses themselves, or Mother Teresa loses themselves in service of others. It's about you. Yet I do believe that the commonality that we all share is, as a human, we all want to be good enough. And I had a coaching session with a client, a principal this morning, and he was asking me, I really need to define my why. And he said his why was just to produce the result of the P&L at the end of the financial year. And I said, well, why is that your why? And he said, because that would prove to me that I'm enough, that I've achieved what I said I would achieve. Wow. And I went, wow. I said, well, can I offer you an invitation? And he goes, yeah. And I said, what if you were enough right now? What if the fact that you embodied that there's a 1 in 14 trillion chance that you, me, and you have an opportunity to even be here, and it's a miracle that we're here.
Yeah,
that's good enough. But we as humans, not just this industry, we are, what do I need to do to have the money, have the car, have the no debt, have the woman, the man, the body, the success, to be happy? That's counterintuitive. We have to be, who am I being? Who am I being? What am I doing to have the results that I have? And that's why
And you have to choose to be happy.
Well, you have to be.
If you choose to be happy, then the journey, and enjoy the journey,
then
that journey is easier.
We've all
it's
heard
just
that.
easier.
It's the success is in the journey, not in the destination. At the end of the day, if you're not enjoying the journey, it's all over.
And how many times, I don't know about you, but for me, how many times have you set a goal and you got there and you're like,
And you're miserable.
where's the party popper? It's like, woo,
I thought if I achieved that, I would be happy.
You see plenty of people that are successful, they've reached that destination, and they're miserable.
They're miserable.
Because they haven't understood the why or the sense of why.
Yeah. Or we believe that arriving somewhere will then equal inner happiness and fulfillment. It's
or achieving that one goal, or getting that one car. Or
don't get
whatever.
me wrong. There is something powerful about, for me, producing a result. Like saying, let's do a survey and then create a 44-page document. For me, true empowerment is when there's a great relationship between our word and our results. We say, let's start a real estate business. Let's call it Eview. And then, wow, we're here. You just had your biggest quarterly awards ever where you're acknowledging great leadership and success. That happened because you said.
Yeah.
And we think we're not enough. We're every day where we're creating.
Yeah,
It's true.
But we've got to flip the switch from being, not feeling good enough, not able to make a difference, not valuing our own value, because how can we help a team achieve results? And how can we stand in the lounge room of a vendor's home and say, I'm the one that's going to negotiate the highest value for your home if we don't value ourselves?
I agree. It starts with that. If you value yourself, then you can help the people around you.
Yeah, not from a chest beating, I'm a superhero, but just like,
Not from
I'm here to serve you.
not from arrogance.
No, and I'm the one that's going to get the highest value.
Yeah, but valuing yourself doesn't have to be from a financial perspective as well. I think people get that wrong.
Yeah, it's not about the money.
If you look after yourself, if you value even how you eat, how you act,
Your
how
health.
you behave, from the
Daily
ground up.
gratitude.
Yeah,
That's
you guys are
probably
big on that.
Huge. And there was one exercise that we did from your last year's presentation, write a letter to
And you
yourself.
did it.
Oh, absolutely.
I love that you did it.
And
implementer.
He is, and that's why he's Manos Vindicatio.
Agent Dynamics, Neil Williams and Julie Davis. We just did our survey. I'm definitely in the steel mechanic area.
No.
But implementing and executing. But it's an interesting exercise. It's the first time I've ever done it. Is write a letter to yourself. It's the beginning of a new year.
Yeah.
Write a letter to yourself and then seal it up and have it ready to be read Christmas Day, as I did last year. And it is phenomenal. And I couldn't believe what I wrote at the end of the day, because you do forget what you write.
Yeah.
It was 4 pages. I said, I can't believe I sat there and hand wrote.
Okay.
And the importance, but the
It's
importance
detail,
in
man.
I remember you saying, you goes, you have to
not
hand
shortcuts.
write it.
Yeah, you
physically hand write it yourself.
Yeah.
Not on an iPhone or anything
No.
like that.
There's something organic and kinesthetic about putting your energy on paper. And, for me, leadership is about taking the time to get deeply interested in what's in the heart of your people, what's in the marrow of their bones. And you're responsible for cultivating a culture and an environment that's a petri dish for happiness and a petri dish for success. And if you're not, then perhaps you need some skills to do it.
Yep.
Because I think many principals and directors, and you guys would know this more than me, we work for another brand, we go, I can do this better, or I want to do this for myself, and awesome. And they get the building and the tables and the chairs and the phone system and the CRM system, and then they get these things called people who are dynamic and emotional, and then they got to do this thing called lead. And it's like, whoa.
And it's almost this rite of passage for a lot of directors. They've been great salespeople, and they go, I'll go and start my own business. But they're not necessarily great leaders or managers of other people. They don't necessarily want them to shine, because ego gets in the way. They get to a point where they start to surpass them, and they go, hang on, I'm going to cut you down.
And that then you just need to go and be a stellar agent with a
Absolutely.
kick-ass
Know your
team.
lane. Know your
Can I say
lane.
Know your
Yeah.
lane, and that's the key element, isn't it? It's knowing what lane you want. Do you want to be a big, massive, conquer the world business owner like Jarrod Carman, run an organisation like ourselves, or do you want to be a really effective EBU, be really extremely high profit, great lifestyle?
You'll be happier.
And you'll be happier.
Because you'll be doing what you love to do.
But it's
and you'll be more
interesting.
profitable as well.
We
Because
speak
you'll be
to
sticking
many.
to your strengths.
Yeah.
And there's a huge rise in more EBUs. Like it's the new way to do real estate.
is.
It's the most
Well, we're
profitable.
seeing a lot of directors actually leaving their businesses and going into other offices as EBUs or starting micro brands within brands, as we have obviously seen
Allowed,
now
yeah.
and
Well,
allowed.
well, that's where you guys are creating great industry thought leadership, because you knew that before it even kind of became sexy,
The norm.
and you created an environment for people to still have their own brand without the huge overheads, and then the back end support to be as profitable as possible.
absolutely.
I mean, that's just good business sense for me.
That's
100%.
it.
But we've empowered leaders too within that. So we've grown leaders. My attitude is everyone can be a leader.
Yes.
Everyone is a leader at different times in
Yeah.
our office, especially. We have this saying that we're all geese. I don't know if you've heard of flight of geese, but geese look out for each other and they'll take the lead. And that's how we are. We had Goose of the Week for a long time. It sounds awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, but people
Great
they
idea.
do look out for each other. We empower everybody else to be a leader within the group. I think anyone can be a leader. A janitor in an office can be a leader. You can be
Yes.
you can rise to
Absolutely.
leadership.
Yeah,
Can
100%.
I ask you, what's been your biggest leadership challenge?
To face what I just talked about, where people have started writing better numbers than me and
Right.
gotten better than me, and that was a challenge.
There's
to
more
park
million
my
dollar
ego.
performers than just yourself
That's
now.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to park my ego. I
Yeah.
had to be proud and happy for them, and proud without arrogant, and just to know that their lives have changed, and that, you can sit in the background a little bit and don't look for any accolades, but just sit back and go, I might have had a little.
But you're
bit of part
proud.
of that. Oh,
You're
absolutely.
proud. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where it changes.
That's where I had-
once you start
that's
not
where I had to
becoming
shift.
competitive
Yeah.
with them, but actually being proud, and
And
that's
I knew
when
it
it
from the
changes.
start. I knew they were going to be better than me. I had to facilitate that for them. Not better, so it's a silly word, because how do you measure that? But it was more, I'm proud of the team that we've been able to create, that they have affected other people along the way as
Yep.
well, and they've created leaders within their teams, and it's just this spill
Keeps
up.
growing.
So for those that are watching this, how did you step aside and go, oh, ego, you can just have a chill pill, and I'm just going to, wave my pom-poms for these
I
peeps.
have a whole process for that. I think
Okay.
for me,
He has to really
Is it-
digest
yeah. Oh,
break it
okay.
down for you.
Okay, yeah, break it down.
Well, it's fairly simple.
It's a
but
test,
I
their
meditate.
process.
I meditate in the morning. I do all that sort of stuff. I have rituals. I do things that sort of ground me. But the big thing for me was gratitude. Just being grateful for where I was, for what I'd been able to create. The things I had, yes. But the smallest things, waking up in the morning, how good's my life? I woke up this morning. And brought it into context. I drive past a bus stop and I go, fantastic, I don't have to catch a bus, I can drive. Gratitude.
And
for me
drive a
shifted
Tesla,
everything.
by the way.
I drive
Yes,
a car.
a beautiful
very
Tesla.
nice.
No, the Tesla drives him.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it
Him.
Doesn't drive. It's like going to sleep now.
Gratitude, I think, was the thing for me to understand that the
massive.
people around me, I was grateful for them.
Yeah.
That we're all grateful for each other. I hope. That was the shift for me. That was the biggest shift.
It is actually a proven distinction. Richard Branson, Simon Sinek, Brendan Burchard, Steve Jobs, Oprah, all talk about, no matter where you're at, because many people go, I've got nothing to be grateful for.
No.
I will literally brush my teeth and I'll go, thank you for the person that made this toothbrush. I'll drive on roads. Thank you for this
I have
road.
water?
Yeah, this
You have fresh
bridge.
running
water.
Like the fact that my brain and my heart are working, I don't have to think about it. But no matter how low you are, how much debt you're in, how hard your business is struggling right now, or where your relationships or health are, the biggest way to transcend that is to have an attitude of gratitude, because your attitude determines your altitude. And you, honestly, if you stop, there is so much to be
There
grateful
is.
for.
Yeah.
You guys are
And
huge
especially
on
where
that.
we are.
Grounding.
Yeah.
You have that in your business plan template.
Yeah.
Right?
do.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you grateful for? Like in your business plan template.
We have it at our meetings every week. Every week.
Gratitude.
Someone will stand up and what are you grateful for?
Yeah.
And I think a good leader is one that, Phil Harris said a beautiful quote to me last year, and it said, great leaders have fewer messages and repeat them often. I love that. Great leaders have fewer messages and repeat them often. And if we keep it simple and have a strategy to keep gratitude alive and be authentically grateful for each other, even in the tough times.
Even
Even more.
More importantly in the
importantly
tough
in the
time.
tough
It's that's what distinguishes a great leader. It's not when everything is flying and everything is going.
Everyone can
on
be
upwards.
good.
Everyone can be great. Then everyone can wear the Superman cape in those times. It's
Or
when
Superwoman
it's
cape.
tough, or Superwoman.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, just saying.
So it's
God
the
love
tough
you.
times.
You took your
It's
cape
the
off
tough
though.
times. Yeah.
Oh, it's undercover and
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Talk to us about your event.
So
Yes,
we've got,
because you've got something amazing
people can
coming
get a copy
up.
of this.
Yeah, you can just download that on the TMJ coaching.com.au site or the CoreLogic site. So, what we've done is we've diagnosed the current reality. We really clearly know what works and what doesn't. And as a result, we've reverse engineered 2 days to really deconstruct the best practices of empowered leadership. How can you turn your workforce into the life source of your business? How can you effectively lead and let go of management, because they're very different? So many leaders are busy moving papers around. Yeah. They're the most expensive resource in the business and often are doing the most, $1 productive tasks, and then get to complain that they're really busy. And bless them, we need to shift that. We do.
One person at a time.
One
leader at a time.
One leader at a time. One
Yeah.
conversation at a time. So, over the 2 days, we're really going to look at the 3 steps to lead, or the 5 steps to leading confidently, and why most people stop at step 3. Most people quit at step 3. So what are the 5 steps, and how can you bust through when you do fail, when you do stuff up? We were talking before about gratitude. We're also going to deconstruct the 5 languages of appreciation. Leaders must know what the greatest currency of their people is. The survey says, the results show that the number 1 language of appreciation is words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Like, we just want a thank you. And the best way to do it is make sure it's specific and make sure it's timely. No point saying, Jarrod, 3 months, 2 days and 4 hours ago, I heard how you solved that problem with that tenant. It was amazing. Thank you. Right? It's like, what? I've solved a gazillion problems since then. Yeah. So, it's a conversation around how can we inspire greatness and really empower an industry that is seeing 30% of the industry grow 10% plus. We've got handpicked some we weren't going to do speakers and stuff. We just wanted to give as much content as possible. However, this industry does love hearing stories from people that are doing the work, So with respect to that, we've interviewed some leaders that have, success leaves clues. So they need to be able to demonstrate the growth in the business from a financial point of view. But in my opinion, it's not about the numbers. The numbers are just a financial scorecard of your energetic output. And the commonality, the thread between every speaker is they come from a place of servanthood leadership. All of them, when I ask them, what do you love the most? I love serving my people.
Yeah.
And we just really believe that is the way to do business. It works for Richard Branson. He says treat your team, your people as your clients.
And that's what we say, Joe.
And then there's that ripple effect. He's doing all right for himself, right? But it's true.
It's very, very true.
Yeah.
They are our first line of customers. Our people, our team, our immediate team members that we interact on a daily basis are our first line customers.
And many companies and brands forget that, and they bypass their people and go, we know we've got to do this to the client, but then we're missing out on the connection and the gratitude and the appreciation and the skill raising and all of that of the people.
It's so common sense. If people are happy, they'll, everything works out better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It is so common.
I know. I don't understand it.
It's
To
not
me,
though.
I
It's
just
not.
feel
because humans are wired so differently.
Yeah.
So we're not all the same.
Yeah.
So it is important that people do learn. They do come to these sort of things and learn.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the most common conversations that we have with directors is that I do this for them, I do this for them, I do this and do this, and I'm not getting back. And I'm thinking, that's straight away they've got the wrong mindset. You've got to give
don't
more
expect
and
anything.
don't expect anything back in return.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do it with the right intention. Do
I
it.
can hear some people right now though, their cogs are ticking, go, what are you talking about?
But even on that,
What about me?
But
Who's
just
going to look after me?
well, that's true.
Yeah.
But like on that though, as some practical magic as a leader, when you understand the 5 languages of appreciation, right, which are words of affirmation, quality, time, gifts, physical touch and affection, needs to be appropriate in the workplace. Nothing like a fist bump, or a high five, or what we hug, we're huggers, right?
We hug.
But what's the other one? Oh, acts of service, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. A leader will give their predominant love language, right? So if yours is acts of service, you'll help people and you'll help people and you help people. If no one's helping
me.
you,
Yes, it is.
we go, what about me? So knowing those things, which we'll also be sharing, is powerful because you can speak in a language that will yield the greatest connection and result with your people. And, every leader that attends this or aspiring leader will also complete an empowered leadership assessment across the 6 empowered leadership practices of envision, engage, embody, evaluate, empower, and encourage. So you'll get to see out of all those practices that have been distilled by top entrepreneurs in and out of real estate, are you doing them?
Yeah.
Are you not? Or is it a work in progress? Then you'll have a really clear snapshot, really simple, and you'll walk away with a 90-day action plan of, if I just do these simple things over the next 90 days, one thing in each of those 6 components, the dial will turn.
You'll be well on your way.
The dial will turn. Yeah, one conversation at a time.
So talk to us about dates. And,
So,
where
so March, Tuesday the 27th and Wednesday the 28th at the Larwell Studio as part of the Art Series Hotel in Parkville here in Melbourne. The intention is to do the first one, get the feedback and, see what really resonates and tweak it and have a lean startup version initially. But the intention is to definitely do a national roadshow and just make this available for leaders that want to come and learn some leadership skills, because listen, 24% of the industry have had business skills and leadership skills, and they are the ones having 10% plus growth.
Success leaves clues.
It does. And, you know, because we can, like, why not? We can. Let's inspire some greatness, empower our people and ourselves to produce results and elevate the state of leadership in what is one of the most important industries in our country.
Yeah, it is. So true.
Well said.
And everyone can get a copy, as we said earlier, from your website.
Yes, yeah,
And,
tmjcoaching.com.au.
Awesome. And thank
And
you.
they'll find the details how to register for the event there as well.
Yeah, when you go on there, the little box will come up and it'll take you in there, and you just book now. And if you've got any questions, you can reach out. And
Awesome.
That's awesome.
you know, we are leaving it on the pitch. We are definitely giving as much as we can to make it experiential too. And you know, training needs landing gear. We have to make sure there is some accountability.
The landing gear. That's a good one,
that's a Doug Driscoll one. I've learned that from Doug. You know, he says it's such a good one though. Training needs landing gear.
Yeah.
How many conferences have we gone to? Our inspiration light gets lit.
Yeah.
We write notes like a crazy person. We're like, yeah, I'm going to change the world, and we never look in that again.
Yeah.
You probably not,
Put it in
but
the drawer.
but
Put
true.
it away,
Like,
except Manos.
I've done
Yeah.
it. So
We're all guilty of it.
we have a strategy in place to make sure that the 90-day action plans aren't just a wish; they are a plan, and the information gets applied.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Tanja.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
both.
you so much, JC.
Thank you both.
Awesome.
It's great to have you on the couch. It's going to
And-
be an amazing event, guys, so make sure you
Yes.
register.
Thank you. You'll be
We're
in
going to
Greece.
be overseas, so we're going to miss
That's
it,
all right.
but Jarrod's going to be there.
Yeah.
And obviously a whole heap
A
of
whole lineup
other
of amazing speakers.
amazing speakers, so make sure you register. We might put some details on the bottom.
In the bottom, yep.
Sam, and
Go, Sam.
yes, thank you, Sam.
Thank you. And again, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in another edition of On the Couch with M&M.
See you next time.
Very good. Bye.